Good morning, family. How y'all doing? So, fam, I want to talk about our ancestors and how they assist us. This week, I thought about making this video this weekend, and I just kept second guessing. I just was going back and forth about it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this video, and kind of not feeling like maybe I don't have enough knowledge or experience to talk about it, but the experience is my experience, so I don't know why I always do that to myself. But I was going back and forth about it, and then on Monday, Victor Odo, who I'm subscribed to his channel, he made a video about ancestral healing. So that was a sign to me. I feel like the universe gives me signs through other people. I haven't gotten around to watching this video, but I definitely looked at that as a sign. Ancestral healing, okay. And I want to talk about what I wanted to talk about was the ways our ancestors assist us and how they help us. So our ancestors, I feel like our ancestors are like a loving parent. They want the best for us. Our ancestors know what's going on. Like they did this before. Those of them who have lived human lives, they know what we need. They know what it is that we need to accomplish, and they want the best for us. They want us to evolve as much as we can. They want us to be who we really are, shine our light, and they get it. They get it, fam. Our ancestors, they know what this is all about. So who better to trust than our ancestors? I feel like, as a parent, I sometimes don't want to discipline my children. I've been blessed with some sweet girls. Oh, just as sweet as can be. But I want them to be happy all the time. I want them to smile all the time. I don't want them to have chores, but we can't do that. We're not going to raise strong or responsible, or we're not going to raise higher vibrational beings by not disciplining them, not showing them the way. Life is not about them smiling and being happy all the time, and so that's just not how this goes. They're going to have difficulty. How will they ever get through difficulties in life? Because they got to deal with these humans, right? How will they ever grow if we don't discipline them and help them to learn, and sometimes learn through obstacles and difficulties and things like that? So I feel like that's how our ancestors are. I think our ancestors sometimes influence us by nudging us sometimes to look in a certain direction to get our attention. I feel like, believe it or not, I feel like sometimes our ancestors, they encourage us to make decisions that may cause us difficulty and pain, and we would just be like, why do I have to go through this? And because they know that there's certain decisions that we probably won't make and certain things that we won't do unless we have these obstacles or these certain things happen to us, because it changes our perception. It changes the way we see things. It changes the way we handle things, and it prepares us for more difficult challenges in the future. So sometimes the things that we go through, I truly believe, is things that our ancestors even encourage. I think our ancestors communicate with us through nature, communicate with us through other people, and sometimes influence certain things to happen in our lives for our highest good. Yes. You know, in some cases, you may have many ancestors and you may come from a line of different people who were meant to accomplish certain things and they were unable to do it. And now they are rooting for you to accomplish what they were not able to accomplish. Sometimes it's meant for you to break generational curses and cycles, and they are rooting for you to do that. They want that for you. Sometimes our ancestors are they are connected. They're working with the universe. They are influencing and orchestrating certain things in people's life as well as in yours, just so that they can bring you together with people sometimes. There's things happening behind the scenes that we are just not able to see. And that is the work of our ancestors. So sometimes that's what it is that they are constantly reaching out to you, constantly trying to get your attention for. They need you to do what they were unable to do. So sometimes that is the work of our ancestors, just rooting for you, cheering you on, and wanting you to break these cycles of those that were unable to live in their truth and be who they are, no matter how difficult it is in this, in the matrix. So our ancestors, they know what's to come, right? They know what's next. They know what's to come. And they don't want us to live just for this life. It's not just about this life. Because you're not just living for this life. As much as, many people live this life as if this is it, scratching and climbing and clawing and, trying to get over as much as possible. Many people live this life as if this is the last, or if that's it. And our ancestors know that that's not it. They know that a lot of what we experience in this life and a lot of our evolution has a lot to do with what happens when this cycle is complete. And they know that. They know that this is not it for us. So they want us to live for eternal life. That they want us to live for what's to come at the end of this cycle right here as well. It's not just about this existence that we're in right now. And our ancestors know that. So that's the reason why they encourage us to evolve. They encourage us to grow. They encourage us to go through things that are going to make us better humans and to leave something powerful, something meaningful, and to put out the right type of energy in this life. Our ancestors know what this is all about. So they encourage us and assist us in many ways by getting our attention when we need to pay attention, manipulating things around us, certain situations, just so that we can get a specific outcome. So many of our difficulties is for our highest good, and our ancestors know that. There's only so much that they can do. There's only so much that our ancestors can do. They can't control us, so they can get our attention. They can try to keep showing us stuff, keep trying to make us look in a certain direction, especially with the repeated numbers and things like that. They try to get our attention in many ways, but it's just basically so that we can figure things out. They just want to show us certain things, get our attention, and help us to understand that they are there. So like I said, there's only so much they can do, but they do want the best for us, and they're going to try to encourage us to do the best that we can and evolve as much as we possibly can in this life. Let me tell y'all something interesting, something funny. So I was with one of my exes. This had to be 2013, I believe it was. My ex and I, who I was with at the time, we we got into, I don't know what we argued about. I really don't know. But I know I went to bed and he was in the living room playing video games and he decided to sleep on the couch. And he came in the room super early in the morning and came straight to me. It's so random. And was like, did your dad used to whistle? And I was like, yeah, actually he did. He was like really good at whistling. He could like whistle like a bird, like whistle songs and stuff. Yeah. And he says to me, I think your dad whistled in my ear. Like, I think he blew in my ear. And at the time, I hadn't gone through any kind of, spiritual awakening yet. So I wasn't really tapped in, and I just really didn't even know if I really believed him. I just wasn't sure. But he's like, did your dad used to whistle? I'm like, yeah. He said, I think your dad I think he wanted me to come in the room with you. Now I'm laughing at it. It was like, oh, he wanted you to come in the room. It sound like you scared. He must have wanted you to apologize or something. I don't know. Daddy, listen, here's where it gets crazy, because we're talking about 6-7 years later. I'm in a whole different relationship. I'm on the couch, kind of like getting ready to doze off and like, relaxing on the couch. And my daddy did the same thing to me. He blew and whistled in my ear. Like that. Like a whistle blow sound. It's the way he did it was exactly how my ex explained it. And it just like at that, as soon as it happened, it was just like, it blew me away. Like, oh my God, that was my dad. It was just like, I just couldn't believe it. So they're around, fam, just because you don't see them. Or maybe some of us are tapped in enough to like communicate with them, but just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not here, fam. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred. So they are around. My daddy was a mess. He was a trip, and he's still a trip. He's still a trip. He's gone, and he's still a trip. Well, he's gone from this human life, but that man was a trip. My daddy was a clown. He was a straight fool, okay? He was from a generation where they didn't care about all this sensitivity that y'all have, and like, no, we're not sensitive. My dad was the type who will call you ugly right in your face. Like that I mean, it's a different generation, pal. He'll be playing dominoes with his friends on the porch and just look at one of them and be like, "Man, you ugly man." That was my dad. Straight fool, okay? And still clowning in the afterlife. Ain't that something? But yes, fam, our ancestors want the best for us. And that's the most I can tell you. They do influence us, and they do assist us in many ways, basically to get our attention, but to encourage us to make the steps, make the moves, and do the things, and make decisions that we need to make for our highest good. Yeah. There's not much I have to say about that, other than me connecting with our ancestors. During astral projection, I've had experiences where I know I was communicating with ancestors or people who are no longer here in the, physical human form. But, yeah. I was actually, when I was like, because I was, like I said, going back and forth about making this video, not feeling like I have enough to talk about, enough to share. And I was just like, I just had came to this, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make it. Yesterday, I said this at work. I was just like, nah, I'm going to talk about something else. I don't think I need to make that video. I just made the decision I'm not going to do it. So I said, grab my phone, and I look at it, and it's 10/22. It's my birthday. And that's another way in which I feel like they communicate with you. I feel like I was being told, and that seeing your birthday number, I have to make another one of those videos. That's one of my highest viewed videos. Reasons that you see your birthday all the time. And one of the reasons I believe is because you need to trust your intuition, and because the answers are within you. The power you have, the answers within you, the power is within you. And you need to trust your intuition. So seeing my birthday number right when I just was like doubting and just like, no, to me, that was a sign that you can do this. Trust your intuition. You're able to do it. Like, you have the strength to do it. So it's just about, you know, second guessing and doubting yourself. We just got to shake that off, fam. We got to shake that off. Even making videos. More recently, I just get out here and I start talking. I used to jot down certain things that I was going to say, at least notes that, you know, certain titles that would make me remember. I get out here, start talking, and I forget. And sometimes afterward, I'm like, dang, I forgot to say this or I forgot to say that. So sometimes I'll jot down things to remind myself. But it's like now, it's almost like I'm either not having the time to, or just not knowing what to jot down to remind myself. So it's almost like I'm being pushed into mastering speaking in a way where I just get out here and just freestyle and just let it come out. And it's uncomfortable, fam. It's uncomfortable, but nothing happens. Growth doesn't happen in our comfort zone. So maybe that's for somebody as well. Trust your intuition. Know that the answers are within you. The power is within you. That is what our ancestors want us to know. And yeah, that's it, fam. I've been making kind of little short videos because I just want to stay in connection with y'all this time. I kind of want to just be consistent. That's really all I have to say, fam. Just a quick little video about how our ancestors assist us, and that they are always here assisting us. And that's it, fam. I'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings.